Hello, class. I think this will be the last video we do for our presentation board layout. And we just need to add the text. And again, I do recommend doing most all of your text in Illustrator in this case because it'll be sort of unifying. So I'm going to make a new layer and call it text. And I'll put all my text on this layer. Now in lecture, I'll go over the different concepts of text, font, sizes, all of those things. I'm not going to spend all my time on here, but you do want to label everything. Things like titles can be bigger, and I will remind everyone that the font style you choose can make a big impact on how this looks. You should be thinking about your font. All right. I know it seems silly. Sometimes students think it's a silly thing that I say, and they do something silly and then they don't like their grade afterwards, but it doesn't enhance the architecture. Everything you say, even your font, can enhance your design. So I'm going to go to text, and again, you can hit the text button to start typing away. I'm going to come up here about probably the same spacing I have here. I want to give up here to put my title. You can put your title anywhere. You can choose your own font colors and all those things you can choose yourself. So it doesn't have to be mine. This is up to you, but it's basically show you how to do the basic concepts. I'm going to call mine Catskill House. It is not construction document, so you don't have to use all capitals. You can if you want. I'm going to make my text white to match the rest of my plan in this case, and obviously I'm going to make it a lot bigger as my title. Even like 36-point font though is pretty big. Although, if I want to be bold, I've got the space, so I could make mine quite large. And again, go ahead and sort of choose the font. Maybe I've spent a lot of time choosing fonts, and I don't want to spend too much time in here, but I think there's something. Is there something called Mountain? I'm just curious. M. It's something Mountain, maybe. I don't remember. Um, I don't know. We'll find it. We'll just go. I'm just gonna pick one. Swiss. I like Swiss sometimes. That's nice. So you'll get used to fonts. I'll go with Swiss 721 as a nice simple font. And I'm choosing a simple font because really the nice shed roof sort of makes this a simple font. It's about form. This house is about forms with a nice rounded letters and things like that. The letters are not designed completely different than the house was. That's why I'm going to choose it. So make that nice big. I might just copy I could put my name on it, but I'm going to press black arrow, press Alt to copy, hold shift down to copy that whole box. You could start a new text box if you wanted. Rendered by Michael Tweed. Put your own name, of course, and you've only rendered it. You haven't designed it. That's why we're adding that. Now, that's going to want to be a lot smaller. So in my case, I might just choose a font size that sort of matches it underneath the title. I might just center this all here in the frame. I could use the center command if I wanted to under the paragraph alignments, but I can do that. So there we go. That's looking good. Now I want to label each of my drawings. Maybe they'll use the same size as this, maybe a little bit smaller because actually 36 is still pretty big. So maybe I'll go to 24 and say front elevation. Come down here and I can reduce that. I don't need that text box to be that large. Come down here, maybe align the text and say first floor plan. Come down here, copy it. Second floor plan. Oops. There you go, second floor plan. Now I might choose to move because I align this font with the edge of the ground plane, but if I wanted this to be a little bit over more to align with the plan where the core of the plan is, I might do that. It doesn't really matter. It's up to you, but you got those nice labels in. And we shouldn't forget, you should also label the rooms. So I'm going to zoom in and I can go ahead and use an even smaller font for that. Probably something like 12 is about the smallest you want to go in a case like this, which is going to look pretty small in this plan. So bedroom, and I can make this text box a lot smaller. Now, obviously, it's going to take me some time to label all the rooms. You don't need to watch me, so I probably pause the video before I go and do it. But just a quick tip, as always, like to say before I do that, bedroom is one word, living room is two words. And you know the difference because if it's a verb like living, it's two words. If it's a noun like bed, it's one word. So bathroom is going to be one word. Dining room, dining is a verb, so it's going to be two words. So that's one way to know that you got it correct. Of course, you could always spell check, which you should do too. And I always make mistakes, but you can go edit, check spelling when you're done typing it all out to make sure it's correct and spell check in Illustrator that way. So I'm going to stop the video. I'll come back and summarize once I have all the room labels in here. All right, so I have all my labels in, not too bad. I didn't even worry about things like bathrooms and closets because those are pretty obvious in the plan. I think that's fine. But one thing I want to point out is, don't be afraid, or you should align things where possible so you can see like words are aligned horizontally and vertically across the plans, even plan to plan. Again, alignments really make sense in all of this. So that is essentially this assignment. Of course, go ahead and change anything that you need to make it look better. The great thing about Illustrator, you can edit at any time. I'm going to lock the layer. I'm going to save it, and I'm going to print it. So you can just file print. We'll print it on a color plotter and pin them up. Hopefully that's what we'll be able to do, and we'll review them. Again, do anything you want. This is meant to be exploration. This was a learning lesson, but ultimately these basic skills you can take and hopefully apply this to any project you have moving forward. Don't be afraid to look at different ways of doing the presentation boards, creating something really interesting that enhances the architecture. Even if it doesn't look exactly like the way that we've done it here, these lessons can be applied in many different ways. So good luck with this. Good luck with your future work, and thanks for watching.